I remember for a long time battling with this idea of why does God not reveal himself? If there is a creator, or if there is a divine source, an energy that created all of this, something that is beyond all of this, why does it not just reveal itself? Why does it not just say, look, I am here, continue worshipping whatever path you want to, or continue living your life, and continue as well pursuing the spiritual path. I am here, I do exist, I promise you. Why does the divine not do that? And I did come to an understanding, a deeper understanding, realization of why that is. And a big part of it is down to our perception. What is it that you're perceiving that is not God? That's a question that I'd like to ask you, and I'd like you to think about if you're interested in what I have to say. What is it that you perceive that is not the divine? This, for me, gave me a lot of comfort, because I'm at the minute in a woodland. I'm in a little forest area. There's birds singing. I can hear the passing cars in the distance occasionally. I've got this fresh air, I've got these gorgeous trees all around me. I'm perceiving God all the time. God is never separate from me. God is not something that is far from me. Now, the nuance to this is that there is aspects of God, I believe, which is much beyond what we can see. Now, I'm not saying that what we're seeing now is the totality of the divine. I don't believe that at all. I believe that the divine is also beyond what we're seeing. But equally, I believe that the divine is also what we're seeing. Now, this is a huge, or at least for me, it was a huge realization, because so often people join my meditation school, or people will comment and say, God doesn't answer me, or I feel very disconnected from the divine. I don't feel very aligned spiritually, and these types of things. And it's not all down to this. There are other aspects to this, of course, as well. But I think a large part of this sense of feeling disconnected or feeling far away from the divine is mental. In fact, I would go as far as saying it is all mental. The mind creates this separation. Because we're a physical unit, we're a physical form which feels disconnected from everything and feels separate, we often then perceive everything to be distant or disconnected or outside of ourselves. Whereas everything that we see, everything that we experience, everything between the experience and the one experiencing is the divine. There is no separation whatsoever. Now, for me, what this enabled me to start to do was wake up in the morning and take a deep breath and remind myself that breath that I'm breathing in is the divine. To remind myself that this body is a gift from the divine. Me, the one experiencing it, is ultimately the divine at the very highest level. And I mean, we always have to take into account the relative and the absolute. And what I mean by that is that on the relative level, I'm here and the tree is over there. But on the absolute level, both are God. Everything in between is the divine. There is no separation, there's no difference. It's only in our perception, or the way that we're perceiving it through the senses. Now, for me, this is massive, and I really would encourage you, if you're someone who's genuinely interested in developing spiritually and understanding yourself more, to sit down in a meditation or just sit quietly with yourself and contemplate this idea that everything that you're perceiving right now, everything that you're hearing, everything that you smell, taste, touch, you can see, everything is a manifestation of the divine. It's all coming from the one source. And another idea that really helped me was also understanding that sometimes we can feel as though this world has so much beauty and so much that we don't want to let go of. And there is so much beauty, but if it's all a manifestation of the one source, if we realize that one source, if we find the essence of that one source, we find the essence of all of the beauty anywhere that could possibly exist. So for me, it strengthened my path and my understanding that my goal in life is to realize the divine. Now, that can seem like a bit of a contradicting statement, because on the one hand I'm saying everything is the divine and I'm always perceiving the divine, but on the other hand I'm saying I want to realize the divine. Now, what the truth of that is that this is almost like the screen, or yeah, this is almost like the screen that we're witnessing, and the light that projects onto the screen, the very core and essence of that light is the divine. That's what we're actually trying to realize, is what's the nature of that? What's our true nature? What's our true self? That is the light that is projecting onto the screen. We're now experiencing the scene. We're now experiencing the play. We're in the play. They call it a lila or a lila in Hinduism. It's a divine play. Now, that means that we're experiencing at all times what is a manifestation of the divine. We're perceiving God at all times, so you're never ever separate. And that means that every thought that you can place into the world, or every thought that you can contemplate on, although you're not identifying, you don't need to identify with it and say that's mine, you can understand that everything is the divine. Everything that you can see, everything that you can experience, everything that you can think, it's all from the one source. And I personally found this such a motivating and empowering way of thinking about life and thinking about the spiritual path, and I genuinely hope that it really helps you as well. So I'd encourage you now to take some time with yourself, sit down, meditate, and take in the experiences that you're having, and remind yourself constantly these are all from the one source. The food that I'm eating, the water that I'm drinking from my tap, everything, nothing is separate. Meditate on that idea, and I'm sure it will help you massively with your spiritual path. Wishing you all the best, and I'll see you on the next video.